Hello there everyone, it's Mark 3 and be safe my friends, be safe. It's Mark 3 and welcome back to Captain of Industry. I've just realised there's a little tile of paved ground there. There must be something in the code that lets you place those tiles, because the buildings can place the tiles, so can we place them? Can we remove them? I don't know. I hope so, but we don't know. And I didn't plan to say anything about that until I spotted it, so whoops. Yeah, that basically covers it. Whoops. But yes, welcome back. Welcome back. And we have, well, bulk demolition planned for today, as well as some digging work, which I need to set up as well. I also swapped some mine tower configuration around a little bit, and we need more forestry, but in big news, we've almost got rid of all of our blue trucks. Notice that there's only like 8 of those left on the entire island now. So this is doing that, and then we'll get to another tree planter, because we will be needing a tree planter. I think, in fact, I will queue up a second one. I had it queued up much earlier, but apparently replacing these things actually prioritizes. Oh, and now that's cancelled. I wish you could reorder this. I don't know. Right. Anyway, yes, moving on. The slag dumping is being controlled by this tower over here, so leave that be. It's going to get scrapped at some point. This tower over here is now actually going to be responsible for random digging, which was being controlled by the one near the docks, which didn't make much sense. So, going to alter that and tell it to control this area here for the moment. Actually, no, I want to control a bit further out. Let's go over here. There we go. And that's because I do want this area to be flattened down, so we can actually start planning for, you know, little things like access ways to this quarry, because I put down the outer border line there. It has a slight problem of being, you know, a bit hard to get at. So hopefully this will help deal with that. At least a little bit. I've also kind of laid it out as well, so it's like this thing will hold like 3 by 2 farms. That's 6 farms at the bottom of that quarry once it's all said and done. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Line there. Okay, done. Right. Moving on. Leave that be. Mass demolition wave is due. These farms have served their purpose. This is my old steel mill. It has served its purpose. It is donezo. Actually, no. I can just click and drag. What am I doing? Bye-bye. You have served me well. Same with you guys. Though I will have to be very careful here. This will, of course, mess things up a little bit, because that's like this plant over here is bordered against that. But again, that is like a temporary plant as well. Also, it lets me tap off these guys too, so get rid of them. Them. Goodbye, my friends. Also these, because these guys do need to go too. So, salt, chlorine, all that stuff is being produced elsewhere. Just have to get their inputs as well, which is there. That should about do it. Right, excellent. Oh, and that one too. Got to get the important ones. Okay. That'll make space there for bio-waste processing, which I think will be next. This is going away because we now have all 8 farms queuing up over here. They are struggling a little bit in terms of water, I think it is. Yes, water. So we might need another bank of desalinators. And a water storage would be a good idea as well. Yeah, I don't know. What's more, I don't know how much these take. Actually, no, it does give me numbers. Yes. Also, between episodes, I know I'm bouncing back and forth right now. I have got this mixed in here. This is actually producing tier 1 fertilizer, being converted to tier 2, which is consuming our sulfur at a massive pace actually. So it's a very good dump for sulfur, that. And that is also my salt production and things like that. And this area is also operational, so it's starting to produce better food. We're actually giving our people better food. Not much, but it is starting to flow. There's some bread in there. There's no tofu just yet, but I think, was that tofu? No, that was bread. priority 9, priority 8. I have to turn off truck deliveries for these guys then. Fortunately, it doesn't affect the storage space like it does on the buildings. Right. You know, I'm kind of sad to see those things go. But needs must, and it gives me room for my settlement to grow, because my settlement must grow. Let's get to the comments, shall we? As we focus on the plant over here, which is actually quite relevant. Lost due to lack of water, I have to fix that. There's actually 2 new people in the comments. So, first one, and highly relevant, from Hand Stamped. Welcome to the channel. Holy moly, that's a lot of waste/wastewater management for 1,400 people. I think you choose the path of pain in this game. I do. This number was very painful to reach, and the system is not stable either. Point in fact, I've got 2 extra boilers here producing steam for the system to keep operational, and a backup diesel generator running to help with my power situation, though hopefully I'll be fixing that very shortly. So yes, path of pain. It's actually path of numbers. I mentioned this when I first put it in, but this is geared around the fact you got 2 input and output ports on the wastewater facility, and I geared those towards maximum throughput of pipes, so this is just to handle all of that. That's why it's so big and complex and why it's mostly not been built. So yes. Second comment is Medic Man. Yay, a fellow COI player. Yes, welcome to the channel to you, and yes, COI is very interesting. I do like it quite a lot. But yes, welcome to the channel to you as well. Hope you enjoy your time here. Next up, last comment is from Happy Hafer. I need to call this one up specifically because it's actually a slightly longer one. So, Happy Hafer also starts with the Tangle, which I think is what I'm going to call this from now on, the Tangle. So you've already got power problems when your mega water plus oil facility is maybe 10% built. So much for future-proofing. So, yes, with a sweat drop emoji. This is future-proofed as in from the water and some oil. It is not future-proofed as far as anything needed to run it. Like, I didn't actually think of power concerns at all. Hence why that's a problem, and why this facility here is going to be outdated pretty soon. Continue on. How about you setting up something simple for the needed power plant? I'm thinking of wood products, since they are renewable and you still have the space for another forestry area. Or how about putting that new uranium mine to work? Not sure if you can already do something with that, but if you can, that should certainly help with future-proofing your island's power supply. I have something in mind for that, which I formulated. Means that my boat's not doing anything. Loot chests, okay. The last unknown is over here, so let's go and visit that. Yes. So yeah, unfortunately uranium and stuff, that is deeper in the territory. We're not there yet. It's at least a level or 2 further. Actually, let's find that real quick. Search for uranium. Here it is. It is a Tech 4 or better. So yeah, that's in the next one, which we need to do some PCB and stuff working. But yes, what I'm thinking is I'll produce a groundwater operated power plant, still coal based, well, boiler based I should probably say. There's always so much information on this overlay. But I'm thinking because this is now my permanent quarry outline here, I'm going to build it along here, and because these 2 groundwater spots are so close together, I'm going to use these 2 to give me 4 groundwater pumps, and then that'll be running the boilers, and then from there I think the boilers, well, it'll go into your first suggestion, which is actually going to be like forestry. Though this area is running full tilt and it's not keeping up with my current demand, so I need to actually expand that, and that's why I've got extra planters assigned to be built at least. But yeah, that's caught that up. That's got all the comments. Uranium power and stuff will have to come, but these power generators, according to the tooltip, we can have up to 72 megawatts, which is enough for 8 sets of high pressure turbines and low pressure turbines. So 1 of each, because that's a 1-to-1 ratio. And then, because we can actually recapture half the water consumed, we can take those 4 groundwater pumps as input, and through the cooling towers get 8 water pumps worth of water throughput on the area. So that's why I could make 2 full-length turbine lines just running off groundwater from being in this general area. Look, we also have to dismantle this as well. It's okay, this one's got water being shipped in as a supplement, so it should be okay. Without the groundwater, which is what, 3.5 every 60, so that's not much. I will scrap you at some point, I'm sure. Yes, among other things threatening to loom up is the fact that I think we kind of need better concrete production. Whenever there's concrete being used somewhere, and so it's the storage is taking some, it dips down because then my production of crafting materials slows down as well. So it's just like, yeah, can't win. But anyway, you need to be dumped. I don't actually have anywhere to dump the chlorine. I might have to ditch that in the ocean actually. Can you technically accept chlorine? Oh, I can't dump pure chlorine into the water. That's a problem. Well, this is interesting. I've been doing the maths on these boilers and things, and yes, this should be how long it is for high pressure turbines and low pressure turbines going on. Running with 8 boilers, haven't put in fly mills yet. We are also missing one of these, must admit, because that control tower's in the way, so getting a replacement of that up as soon as I build it. Unpause, there we go, okay, thank you. I hit the wrong pause. That's, I keep thinking the top left is like pause construction. Oh well. But I've also made a slightly unpleasant discovery, which is that, well, there's a bigger cooling tower. And this isn't a 50% return, it's a 75% return. So, as soon as I can crack into tier 4 construction and research, well, that's going to be a thing, isn't it? So instead of 2 power banks, this will be 4 power banks running off the same 4 groundwater pumps. Going to be a bit crazy in terms of water efficiency, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Ooh, I've actually got homeless people. Ooh, that is slightly unusual. Once again, I want you to build that, please. Thank you. I need that one as a replacement for this one over here, which is doing stuff. Also, I guess I should actually bother to put some housing in, so... Here you go, people. Be happy. Keep forgetting I'm on planning mode. Wasn't there also some other stuff I got? I thought there was, but I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave that be for the moment. Just get the extra housing in. And again. Right. Another thing I've done is I have got this setup newly slammed together. This is going to be a place which will take chlorine and naphtha. Gives me a place to dump the chlorine tank over here into, so I can get rid of that. In fact, I can just pay for that to get transported out straight away, so that'll get smashed. And I'll also be using naphtha as well. So what I've done is I've actually rigged that with a higher priority for naphtha import compared to these buildings. So that naphtha will take in instead of there instead of here. And that's because there is a little bit of progression required. Yes, a bit of progression required. Turn you on, you on, you on. Has my power grid blown out? No, my power grid is still kind of stable, so I'll leave that be for the moment. Right, so what I've got here is chlorine plus naphtha into plastic and exhaust. The exhaust is being dumped into the exhaust system for my temporary smelter, so there we go. Buildable stock of plastic, but then we've got, moving on to here, we are going to tell you import please, glass and copper into PCBs, and then electronics and silicon into electronics. Actually, that's something I've not checked. Where the heck am I going to get silicon from? Silicon poly comes from molten silicon in a silicon reactor. That means it's under smelting? Question mark? There it is. Molten silicon. But where does that come from? I don't know. This recipe book is a godsend. Molten silicon. Just sand in a arc furnace which requires graphene. Why do you do this to me, game? Why do you do this to me? I wanted something quick and simple. You're never quick and simple. I hate you so much, but I love you so much because you are a complex game and I enjoy complex building games. I can't win, can I? Okay, let's see what I can slam together for that. That's going to be tacked onto here, I think. At least I'll make some more slag, so there is that. Oh, also we need to order our boat around a bit. I want you to go and explore that settlement, please. Wait, why can't you explore? I think I have to call it for home first. Right, time to start melting me some sand. Now, where's my sand being dug up again? I'm not sure I'm using that for anything. There is no monkey behind the curtain. Not at all. I'm not tacking something on to the side of my refinery line of doom. Or, well, I just keep calling it tangle, it's easy to remember. Less sarcastic, I suppose, as well, but yeah. Turned out I needed to get rid of sour water, which I have tacked into the end of the sour water conveyor line on the stack of refineries I started building out, so that'll get sour water into my sour water stripper, so I don't have to dump it. So I don't have to pollute with that. Anyway, the quick little thing I put together has basically going to double in size now. Look at that. Look at all that mess. So, we've got plastic. Very good. We are also now producing silicon over here, molten silicon, which I actually need to do a transport, a U-shape. Is that really not a U-shape? Is it flat? Okay, the panels are flat. Okay. Just tack that in there. Yep. So, silicon. We're getting silicon from a silicon reactor. Very fancy. Sounds like it should be a power plant or something. Nope, it's a silicon reactor. Right, which is being fed by an arc furnace, my first one. Unfortunately, it requires sand and coal for the molten silicon, but it also needs graphite as well. So graphite is being produced by a chemical plant, which is where the sour water I mentioned earlier comes in, and that actually feeds off the chlorine line too, so that's using chlorine and coal. So imports, coal and sand. Coal for the graphene and the silica, and coal to feed the silica in the arc furnace. Now, the thing is, I also need hydrogen to run the silicon reactor. And for that, I've got a level 1 electrolyzer over here, again because the Tangle doesn't actually have an export valve for hydrogen, and the vehicle access line in there is so tight now that there wasn't space to actually finagle one in, so... that comment saying I chose pain? I think I chose pain. I chose pain a lot. It's a fallacy of mine, I've noticed in many games like this. I overbuild because I can get really compact, really dense, and then I struggle to modify it later. So it looks nice and complex and competent, or however you want to pronounce it, but then try to modify it later. It doesn't work properly. It doesn't go very well. But yeah, sour water export and slag export. And then all that by their powers combined will produce electronics. Why am I going to make electronics, you may ask? Well, that is because we have to do the whole prove I can do it kind of thing. If I want to get the bigger cooling towers, I have to do the research. If I want to get the research, I have to go back all the way into construction and make 20 electronics to prove that I can make electronics before it'll let me progress further, so I have to actually do that. But that will unlock tier 4 construction parts, along with tier 2 maintenance as well, so there will be a maintenance upgrades in demand, and we know I struggle a bit for maintenance sometimes. I don't know. Also got a truck that's stalling out. Can't deliver water to... Ah. You do not import water. So take the water somewhere else, please. Right, while that's all sorting out, there is actually something else worth mentioning. I found out I forgot to build a pipe over here, so I've got an extra one here. I did keep running a bit shy on water. I kept losing crops even though I had enough. I wondered why. It turns out I forgot to build an individual pipe section again. That's another habit with me, it seems. I really should try and make use of the click and drag, but hopefully these guys are now being watered properly. And just in case, I pre-built another desalinator, so that will be able to do stuff. Ouch, my health just went bye-bye. I wonder why. That's probably because I've been losing so many crops and things. Shit, what are you doing? Veg, soybeans, you're on veg as well. You guys are out of sync. Oh, hello. We just got some crops out. Yeah, look at all that. Is that a level 2 belt I've got down there? No, it's just a flat conveyor versus U-shape. Fine. Also not enough workers. Because I've just had a massive drop of them. The thing is, you know this minus 11? That is with health benefits as well. So I've got my health edict running at the captain's office still. And it's still done that. So yeah, there's things I can't really deal with. I just really hope this stuff does go... Oh! I've got a disease going on. That's why. Why have I got a disease going on? I do not know. Okay, but anyway. I've only got these ticking over. I should mention, I've also planned this thing out as well. My first attempt trying to plant trees. I think I need an idle tree planter to go and do that, so that'll do. But this is a replacement system for producing level 1 maintenance. It actually has 4 maintenance depots, which combines to produce enough maintenance several times over for what I've got. If we look at here, my maintenance is tapping out like about 600-ish. So technically 1.5 should be enough. I've got 4 just in case. I'll probably leave some of these paused and have them as spare capacity. That's because I'm paranoid, but if I go back to my main array, if you remember, I'm struggling with this to keep enough maintenance sometimes. And that is largely, I think, because of irregularities in supply line. Because this is on the main assembly, so parts are going here, there, and everywhere. And look at that, it's struggling a bit with concrete again, don't know why. Why are you struggling with concrete? Oh, because I wasn't digging sand for a while. Whoops. -7. Okay, Captain's office, can we do something about that, please? 20 burns. Quantity 20% of the local reduce effects of ongoing disease by 40%. Okay. Do I need a hospital? Can I build a hospital? Have I researched a hospital? I don't know where that is. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the current research list. There it is. It's currently 8th in queue. Oh. We are making plastic, so we can make medical equipment. We aren't making ethanol, but that'll make medical supplies, and then a clinic will be able to help. But apparently I've had a disease roll through, and I don't know what's caused it. But it's also like way back on the list of stuff to sort out. Along with settlement recyclables to help reduce waste going into things. There's decorations. My settlement is falling apart a little bit. But that's normal as far as all this is concerned. Let's be fair. Need to find somewhere to... Well, these guys aren't running properly, so I can pause some of these. And I can actually I can avoid doing that as well, if I'm a bit sensible about it. because I can go onto the world map and I can throw Unity at my problems. Got to be aware of that. Hey! The disease is over anyway. Sure. But yeah, something I've not been doing is paying attention to the settlements much for quite a while, but I can pay a bit of Unity to get a pop increase. I can also donate to them as well, which is more trade offers and how many population I can adopt. But I can use this to pay Unity straight up for some extra pop. Just like that. There is, of course, a limit on how many, so that's why reputation starts to come into effect. But another turn there. I'm only short 5 people now. I never did explore that. I keep getting distracted by building stuff. That's the curse of this game. You build stuff. But yeah, donates. Actually, you know, that might be something to do. Donate. Do I have to deliver that to them? I do actually have to deliver that to them. But I have the spare materials, so I can do that. Okay. In the meantime, this is still waiting on parts to get built up. I can help here as well. At least a bit. Until I'm running out of materials. Oh, this game. This game, it keeps doing things. That's... never... You know you're having fun when things just don't go smoothly, right? At least that's one of the yardsticks. If things keep going crazy, then we'll see. What are you doing? You are going to my seed depot, just over here. You saw all the seeds coming fresh out of my farm. This grow area over here is all set and ready to go. I'm leaving it 100%, but this is like maximum size. There's only a tiny bit over there that's not planting. And it's going to have a seed storage right in the middle as well. That's almost full, as you can see. So saplings are ready to roll. But what I'm curious about here is if this tree planter needs to get over to plant all these trees, which might be an issue. Might be an issue. I should also get these things built as well, but of course, parts. Or is it a case of, like with the trucks, you only have to get nearby? We'll have to see. Anyway, new place. You are settlement. You have fuel for bread. Cool, actually, that's a pretty decent one. Need a reputation of at least 1 though. I see. Fuel for bread, coal for sulfur. I don't know why I'd need to do that, but then again, sulfur is one of my problems. Electronics for iron. Oh, that might be an important one there. Level 3 parts for medical supplies. At least I've got some source of those. And electronics too, which I'm not producing yet. Now, please don't say you have to get there. Do you just have to get close? Good. You deserve a pat on the head. Keep going. Unfortunately, it does require reasonably close. Of course, it has to go the long way around, which is like all the way up around here. I think I'll probably have to use that, won't it? I don't know. But yeah, between episodes this time around, because we are actually about the end of time, I will try to get, I think maybe try and get level 4 so I can get the larger cooling towers. Then we can actually properly get the new power plant laid in next time. My sandpit. You can see where the trucks have been. I like, that's one of the things I like about this game. You can see where the trucks have been driving back and forth. So I'm trying to dig this part out because I'm thinking if this is going to be a permanent maintenance installation here, then level 2 maintenance I think will be permanently over here. At least until the requirement gets too big for me to operate in this. Where are you going? Oh, you're actually going to go and join the plantation area without being assigned. That's interesting. Can I think I better override you actually just real quick. Go here. Thank you. Actually, now I'm confused about what's going on. Okay, you're still over there planting. You I told you to reorganize, so you turned around and did a thing. And now you're just doing what you want, basically. But yeah, anyway. Plans for the next time, yes. Actually, I've told you my plan. Try and research cooling. Also, this thing is still unstable as all heck. Got to try and fix that. But the next space area is actually almost done. We're getting some major progress on that, if you ignore all the trucks that are idling due to a lack of materials for Project One with Nature. So that'll make some progress at the very least. But yeah, end it there though. End it there. Stop faffing around. You've done your thing. You've got your temporary production up for electronics. It's just waiting on the silicon. Really, why are you waiting on the silicon? You're doing fine. You're just dumping oxygen into the atmosphere. You're missing the molten, and it's just because we're short on those tier 3 parts. So yeah, parts once again bring progress to a halt. End the episode, you fool, before you find something else to say something silly about. Yes. This has been iMark3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. I know I'm enjoying this game. Still am. Digging holes and making my power grid cry out for mercy. Every step of the way. But yeah. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel. Gives me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. Well, I'm almost going to hit 1,700 people now. My population is going up. Are they all workers? The game doesn't have an age system, does it? No, I think they're all workers, aren't they? Yeah. I told you I'd find something else. Yeah, see you all later.